During the Black Death, you wake before sunrise in the year 1348, somewhere in rural England. The light hasn't come in yet, but the day has already started. You sleep on a straw mattress laid over packed earth. The straw hasn't been changed in months. It's damp, and it smells faintly of rot. Your house is a small timber structure, wattle and daub walls, a thatched roof that leaks when it rains. There is no chimney. Smoke from last night's fire still hangs in the air. You share this space with your family. In colder months, sometimes with livestock too. Privacy doesn't exist here. Comfort isn't expected. You dress in the same wool tunic you've worn all week. You don't wash it. Water must be carried and is needed for drinking first. Most of it comes from a nearby stream, the same stream that carries waste from the village. No one fully understands the connection. You step outside. The village is quiet, unusually quiet. There's a bell ringing from the church, slow, measured. This isn't for mass, it's a death bell. Death is not rare in your world, but lately it has become constant. You walk toward the open fields. You don't own this land. You work it under the manorial system. A portion of what you grow goes to your lord. The rest feeds your family if the harvest is good. If it isn't, you go hungry. That's normal. What isn't normal is how empty the fields are. A week ago, dozens of people were working here. Now maybe half that, maybe less. You've been hearing rumors for months now. A sickness that began far away. Traders brought stories from ports in Italy, from places like Genoa and Venice. They said entire cities were dying. Most people here didn't believe it. Things that happen in distant cities don't usually reach villages like yours, but they have. Around midday, a cart comes down the path. You and the others stop working. There are bodies in it, wrapped in cloth but not carefully. There are too many. You notice the swellings at the neck, under the arms, dark discoloration of the skin. You don't know the word bubonic, but you know what it means. The disease arrived in England earlier this year. It came through the southern ports, likely carried by fleas living on black rats aboard merchant ships. No one here knows that. People talk about bad air, miasma. Others say it's divine punishment. None of the explanations change what you're seeing. That evening, your family eats in silence. Barley bread, thin pottage. Your mother seems tired, more than usual. She says it's nothing. By morning, she has a fever. It comes suddenly. She tries to work, but she can't stand for long. By midday, the swelling appears beneath her arm. You've seen it before now. On the bodies in the cart, there is no effective treatment. Some physicians, where they exist, try bloodletting. Others prescribe herbs or recommend avoiding certain airs. In cities, doctors wear masks filled with fragrant materials, believing it protects them. It doesn't. In your village, there is no doctor, only the priest. The fever worsens. Your mother becomes delirious. Her breathing grows shallow. Within a few days, she is dead. Mortality rates are high. In some areas, the plague kills between 1/3 and 1/2 of the population. In certain towns, even more. No one keeps exact records here, but you can see it. You help carry her body to the churchyard. The priest cannot perform full rites for everyone anymore. There isn't enough time. Graves are dug quickly, then not quickly enough. Eventually, individual burials stop. Mass graves are used. Bodies are layered, covered, then reopened again for more. Work across the village collapses. Fields go unharvested. Livestock roam unattended. Entire households disappear. Trade slows. Markets close. Travel becomes dangerous, not just because of roads, but because of people. No one trusts outsiders. Fear changes behavior. People avoid contact. Families isolate when they can. Some flee to the countryside. Others stay and pray. Some movements, like the flagellants on the continent, travel from town to town, publicly punishing themselves, believing it will end the plague. It doesn't. You begin to monitor your own body constantly. A headache feels significant. A cough feels dangerous. You check your neck, your arms. Waiting. Days pass. Then weeks. Time becomes difficult to measure. At some point, you realize something unexpected. You are still alive. Many are not. Your village is no longer the same place. In some regions of Europe, entire villages are abandoned. Here it's not empty, but it's close. And something begins to shift. Before the plague, labor was abundant. Peasants like you were easily replaced. Your obligations to your lord were fixed. You had little leverage. Now labor is scarce. Land is still there, but people are not. If you survive, you may be able to demand better terms, higher wages, less obligation. Some peasants leave their manors entirely, seeking better conditions. This begins to weaken the manorial system that defined your life. Authorities will try to stop this. In England, laws like the Statute of Laborers will attempt to cap wages and restrict movement. But enforcement is uneven because the reality is simple. There are not enough people. The plague does not end quickly. It will return in waves over the coming years. But this first outbreak changes everything. You wake up again, still alive. In 1348, survival is no longer expected. It is something you notice, something you measure day by day. And for the first time in your life, your existence has become valuable.